Okay. Should be live on YouTube. All right, this is gonna be a long one, guys. Because I got to get through yesterday. So today, coming into the market. All right. So last night, I couldn't really tell what NQ was doing, but GC down to 4,600 looked clean. So last night I took this on stream. I shorted this from this VWAP down to this 4620 area. I got trailed out. And then I shorted this again. I got stopped to a tick on that. So that sucked. And then last night I caught this right before midnight. So I shorted NQ right here at 29.57 or 570. I held that down to 29.350s. Essentially, that was just, failure to push to VWAP, and then we started to break back below this 50 EMA, back below the CVD on the EMA. I'll be right back, guys. I need to blow my nose. One sec. Ain't no one listening to all that. You're just here for the fucking giveaway. You're banned from the server, buddy. Sorry, Aiden. I'll see you later, bud. I don't care. Okay. I'll be back. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry. Sorry. I don't mean to be a dick like that, but it's just like, come on, bro. Okay. So, then this morning, aggressive sell-off in the overnight. This is from bond market surging. 10-year yield is over 4.5%. This was back in April, the last time this happened. We can sell off a lot more today in New York than we did. Or we didn't get Globex VWAP tap in London, which has me leaning towards further downside. We also rejected from low volume node at 350 before we sold below it. So I was looking at this volume profile. For that low volume node, I was looking at this volume profile here. You can see... where is it? It was from this New York session here. So very clear low volume node in that 350 area. We tapped there previously. There was initial resistance at that point during this New York AM session. So that was a clean area to get short from. And then what else? Would see if we drop towards the low volume node at 29.075 and value array low at 28.942. So I'm looking for this going into next week then, since we didn't sell off to that point. We were like 15, 20 points away from there. And then I only took one trade on stream today because I was up like 52K from that short that I took. This, I shorted up in this region, and then once it came back up towards that region, I just added into this. This was just paper. And then we started pushing back higher and then sold off towards end of day, obviously. Uranus wanted gold to bounce here last night, which I don't agree with this. The reason I don't agree with this, the reason I was looking for gold lower was if you look at this on the hourly, like this looks really weak. So, you have this wick here, but like this is slowly moving down towards that 46.50 area. Previous taps of this have been like very quick. Like you move down towards it, move quickly away, tap it, move quickly away. This was like a very slow grind at the end of New York. So I was leaning towards this breaking that 4,600 level and heading down towards that 4,500. And then Cam, let's see. True Day. Nice New York view up top, still like True Day. Okay. And then we were in longs on this. We just sat on this. This was just paper, but yeah, like he said, ain't no one listening to all that. Like, okay, then get the fuck out. Like, you wanna, like, if you wanna be disrespectful, cool. I don't give a fuck, bro. Get out, like, piss off. I'm here because, like, I do this daily because you guys show up and, like, you post in it, and you guys are looking for advice. I'm like, I've been trading for 5 years, almost 6. So, you know, you guys who show up to Trade Review, I appreciate it. You know, that's why I'm doing the giveaway, right? So, yeah. Okay, so I have to go through a lot of this. This is going to take a while, guys. Okay. So, let's see. I think I reviewed these. I can't remember. Okay. High time frame view and trade attached. Context, strong uptrend to... Yeah, I mean, like, ZZ, ain't no way he's getting banned for that. I mean, bro, like, my patience is thinner than it was like a year ago with people. Okay. Strong uptrend to start the night on GC. Then reclaim Chromex first upper band as well as Globex first band. I was looking for price to accelerate, so this is on GC. This is 2 nights ago. Okay. I might actually just do this here. I also might take a payout at the end of the stream here. Just because I've got 5 payouts on Tradeify. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, let me get NQ. This is all paper. Can I get... Okay. Just so I can switch through NQ and GC very quickly. Okay. So, this is at 8 p.m. Minus 150 on my combine. Okay, so first off... Okay, so we're trading in a range. So that's the first thing I'd look at this. On this Pudge is like, okay, we're very rangy. Okay, so when you're rangy like this, what you can do is you can take a volume profile from the start of the range. So where did this range start? And what's the lows of this range? So I'd say, so your lows are right here. So you can take your volume profile from here to here. And then you've got clear levels. Okay, you've got clear levels of, you have a value area low here. You have POC. You have your value area high. So you want to trade around these levels, essentially. When it's rangy like this, you only really want to take trades around that value area low, that value area high, that POC. It's going to be very choppy unless you're like trading away from that POC. So I just took a 1 hour profile on this, just looked at the 1 hour chart and just drew that out. Okay, so that's the first thing I would do. Whenever you see a range, bro, a range like this where it's been established for a couple days, draw a profile like that. Just take your fixed range volume profile, draw it out like that. Okay, so strong uptrend to start the night. Was looking for price to accelerate up. Okay, so yeah, there is a strong uptrend on this initially. And let me get this off. Where's my view up? Okay, yeah, you do start out with a strong uptrend. Then this starts to chop around. Okay, so we took longs on this. So this gets up to that POC. All right, you can see it gets up to that POC, rejects off of there. Yeah, so this is an uptrend that failed to establish. So this uptrend establishes, fails, breaks through that VWAP, tries to establish again, fails, and then starts to downtrend. Um, I don't hate the long necessarily. It's just like this to me. This is also a very unlikely scenario where you sweep both the New York low and the New York high here. So weird kind of night. I don't hate the long idea just because of how hard this was trending right off the start. This is just a weird night, bro. So, I don't really hate that. The only thing I would say on this, like, I don't hate the trade Pudge. I don't hate the trade location either. Like you're trying this. The one thing I would say on this is if you're trying this at this upper band, your stop should be on this strong candle, or this wick, which that's appropriate. It's just like if it's gonna break through that band, it's going to break through it aggressively, which it does. I just draw out that profile. So if you are taking those upper band taps, they shouldn't really violate that trend that hard. So I would either have my stop here or on that wick. So stop's a little too wide on that. Waiting for initial pullback to view up, then longs from there. I didn't have a target, so I decided to go for a 1 to 9R since we were trying to. Baron said Trump with the CEO thing in China. 134 points. Okay, clean. Okay, so if this is trending, yeah, this is fine for trails. This is a little wide, bro. You're up. Your trail's 50 points. If you're on the 5-minute, right, like you should trail up to where you started to break out from at least at that 620. So you should at least secure. Okay, yeah, cool. That's exactly where I would trail. Yeah. And then this is tight, bro. This is tight. So let's see. That was yesterday. This was the other night. Okay, so where did we take this up to? Okay, you got out pretty much at the top here. Yeah, when it's trending this hard, like yeah, you can trail your stops aggressively. I'd be at 650 on that stop. Your stop is at, I don't know where your stop's at in that last photo. 674. I'd give it a little more room. This topped out at 690s, so 10 points off your TP. But this is a clean trade, bro. Six MNQ minus 200 on the combine. Stop loss got cooked off this. Long off upper band. Maybe stop loss was too tight. No, this is where it started to break down, bro. So, like if, okay, so if the bands aren't, I don't think the bands are that clean on NQ. The bands aren't really that clean on NQ, Luke. I'd much rather you use a 50 EMA. Use a 50 EMA. If you're looking for like short-term trends. So here, like you can see, like we break out through this EMA and then we just trend above it. Then it wicks here. Like you would try to either enter here or enter here. And then this flips bearish. So once this flips bearish, right, like this just sells off. So once it flips bearish, you get stopped out on the long here. It flips to bearish side. Okay, now this is confirmed bearish. Comes back up to that region. You can short it here. You can short it here. Okay, flips back to the longs. Also use the CVD indicator. This will help you determine if it's a fake breakout or not. So like here you can see it comes back up and retests that EMA and it fails. Okay, it comes back up here. It breaks through that 50 EMA, breaks through it on the CVD. Okay, now you flip to bullish, right? It dips below it a little bit and then you have that pop. And then you get a clean trend to the upside. So I'd rather use EMA than a VWAP band. Okay. Plus 400 on Combine 2R, strong flush through VWAP, looking for continuation to downside, sized in 1 micro after failed auctions above VWAP. took off at TP, but one of those strong moves I probably should have trailed, but my monkey brain takes over every time. Okay, yeah. No, this is clean. So we entered shorts at 640s. Okay, yeah, good entry on this, bro. So you get a strong flush through VWAP. You enter after failed attempts through this. Okay, clean. Yeah, so if you're trading this, you're just trying to take this down to 592. Good. Okay, you got out at 597. Yeah, you could have just trailed this a little more aggressively. So hop down to like the 1 minute. You see this dump, and then you want to see this like continue lower. You can also just trail off the 50 EMA. Like that's what I did last night. That's how I took such a big trade last night. I was just trailing the 50 EMA. But yeah. So we failed the long, but then this short worked out. I like that short. For scalp long, straight off, reopen at lower band. Hoping to benefit off momentum of market recently. Long's been cooking. Loving this market. Okay. Your stop's too wide on this, bro. Most of your trades that I'm seeing, J-Dog, is your stop's too wide. Your trail's too wide. You're floating 700. You're floating 700 and you're only going to secure on 125 of it. Stop's too tight. Or stop's too loose on this. Especially after this momentum's coming in. So trail this tighter. Same with this. Trail this tighter. You're close to TP. Your trail should be here. That's 29,660. Paper, but it banged. Match relative highs between Asia and London after they dumped off open, floated above VWAP, value area high, volume profile was looking bearish, 50 EMA was potentially bearish on 1 minute. Saw about 4 weak 1 minute candles framed 1 to 3R, targeting value area low. End of Asia pumped off 29,560, so that could have been TP, target resistance area. Okay, this is clean. So we shorted this. What time is this at? This was in the AM, bro. Okay, so this is up here. Yeah, so if you're trading in the London session, you can target Asia highs or Asia lows. Most of the time, London's sweeping Asia highs or lows on NQ. So you could have targeted this Asia low. Good entry on this. Once you get that displacement lower, you can adjust your stop in. If you want to let this ride, then just leave your stop where it is. But yeah, I mean, this is good framing. This is a clean trade. Down to 93s. Yeah, clean. When it comes back up to that area again, you could short it again. Short it again. Like you could just take scalps off that area. Once you define that clean area where it's rejecting. Yeah, I see the comment, Ethan. This is a trade review, not a Q&A. I'll do a Q&A tomorrow. Okay. Or I can answer that at the end of stream. But I'm trying to get through all these. I have a lot to go through, bro. I've got like 50 posts to go through. Thursday pre-market, 7:30 a.m. MNQ long, 5 entry 5 contracts at second lower band, 105 more. Okay, so this was 7:30. Okay, so I need to fast forward this a bit. You're good, bro. I've just got a lot to go through, so sorry if I come off a little rude. Okay, so this was at 506. So we entered this at 506. Where was this? 7:30 a.m. Oh, okay. So this was like here. Okay, yeah, we bounced off this area previously. It's also lower band. Yeah, okay. And then we're just taking that back up towards that 50 EMA. I'm okay with this, D. I'm okay with this because this area, this 480 area held up. Like this is where we expanded out of. Like we defended this area multiple times in that New York session. We defended it again in London. So we come back down towards that area, bounce out of it. I think that's clean for a scalp if you get in on the momentum. Exit was at POC. Entry 5 contracts at second lower band. Added 5 more at first. Okay, so I don't know where the second entry is. I see your first lower band. Oh, I see your lower band here, and then you added 5 more here. Okay. When your entry's this solid, I wouldn't add. I wouldn't add to this, unless you're very defensive with your stop, because you're gonna mess up your, like, if your entry, like if you bottom tick this entry, I honestly would not add to that unless you're very defensive. Like if you bring your stop up to these 40s, or these 30s. Thursday pre-market, 8:30 a.m. Shorted 5 contracts, added 5 more, just past value area low. Closed almost 2-second lower band. Okay, so then we shorted this once this flipped. Okay, so we shorted this here once you got some momentum coming in. I like that. I'm just a little concerned with the ads. Entry 5 contracts, added 5 more, just past value area low. Okay, so yeah, our ad is down here. Right, so I'm a little concerned with the ads, especially since it's the same as your entry. So that's, I'm happy the chat's self-sufficient. Yeah, I am, bro. The ads here are a little low, in my opinion, unless you're very defensive with that stop. That's my main concern with these shorts. Like the idea is right, the idea is there, the momentum's good. Everything makes sense to me, like why you're shorting this. It's just the ads, really. So, like if we're adding into this, if you see this breakthrough with momentum, I'd prefer the ad either here at that 550 when you come up and try to retest this area, and you have your stop up at like 560s, or here at 540s when you try to retest again, and then you have your stop at like 555 or 550s, or this retest here even. So I just think the ads are a little they can be sketchy if you're not defensive with stop. Krish, price at value area low, longs from opening trying to get 1 to 3. Need to learn to trail my stop loss. Can you please make a video? Okay. Yeah, so you want to go break even here? Yeah, so your trail should be based off momentum, in my opinion. Stop loss below VWAP. So this trail is aggressive. This trail to me is aggressive. So we're longing this. Price on value area low. Okay, where did we get long on this? You got a great entry on this. You're long at 516, bro. Yeah, you're long here. Even if you're on the 1 minute, bro. 516. This starts rallying. Okay. Once you get this one seller at that Globex VWAP, trail your stop to 555. Okay. I would leave the trail here. Okay. And then you have this little basing structure, and then you pop again. Trail to that base. Trail up off that momentum. Okay. Another good swing of momentum. Trail up off that 625 area. But you'd already be out because you're TP 629. So you should be trailing based off momentum. Trade of the day. Okay, so we long this. I didn't know why we long this. Maybe it's just a momentum break or just like New York AM opening. You have the IB scanner on here, but I don't know where this is from. If you modified the settings. But this breaks out. Is this a 1 minute orb potentially? A 1 minute orb would be crazy, bro. Potentially a 1 minute orb on that one. I'm not sure, but yeah. Okay, try it again. Ran to TP. Okay, so this we took longs off the. I'm assuming this was 0.5. Okay, yeah. I had a migraine this day. This was Thursday. I had a migraine this day. So, decent entry on this. Clutch, you trailed too early. You trailed too early on this. If your entry is at 562, my stop's going to be on this like candle at 528. So, that's where I'd put my stop at least. And then this pushed up. Where's this at? Okay, this is on the 5. Okay. Yeah, you've got a good entry location on this clutch. This trail's fine. This trail's fine. That first one, the trail's early. It's okay to get break even on that though. I think that's fine. Since the volatility was crazy. 2 more trades, one in London, one in New York today. Trailed too tight on the first trade, just wanted to sleep though. Got trailed out for 600. Okay, we took a mean reversion. So here we shorted this. You got trailed out on this. You shorted at 630s. So you had the highs of London. Yeah, you should let this ride to that Asia low, bro. Like, your risk is so tight on that. You're risking 165, bro. Like, that's so tight. And then you shorted this up here. I mean, we were hitting that. I think we were hitting value area high, too. Yeah, so we're back at the Asia highs. Hitting value area high. Wait for a break below that. Yeah, so it breaks below. Wait for that to shift. But, yeah, just taking it off the second standard deviation band, that's fine. Just for a mean reversion. Your TP's too far, though. 507. It's too far, bro. You're essentially looking for this to push past VWAP and to go all the way down to the 786. How often does that happen? Not very often. Struggling to hold TM 20 EMA. Okay. Yeah, this is clean, bro. You should just let this ride. Into TP. Okay, so we long this. Where do we long this at? Okay, after that dip. Yeah, that's solid clutch. Just we didn't have the IB break yet. You could take this to one of the extensions. New York second trade break even. I believe my entry was bad. I entered just at the right time at the IB high. I did run into the 0.2 extension, but I was looking for the 0.5. Yeah, this ran up to like the 0.4. Okay, so our entry's at 680s as this breaks. Yeah, we were looking for the 0.5. This hit the 0.4 and stalled out. Yeah, your entry's correct. Okay, so this hit the 0.2. And then it comes down, stops you out, and then it runs. Your entry's correct. I would just, like, if you're entering here, right, for the breakout, just give it a little bit of room, right? Like, you have a great entry on this. You're in at 680s. You're in at 680, bro. Just leave this stop. You wouldn't have gotten stopped if you didn't adjust. There was also a gamma pull. Okay, demo trade on MNQ. 50K, average sizing will be 4 to 5 micros. Okay, so this was IB trade. Either you bought this off the initial momentum push, or you bottom ticked this, just based off IB. This trail should be tighter. That trail should be tighter. It should be at, like, you should be up at like 650s. You should secure 50 more points on this is what I'm saying, essentially. Because if you think about this, right, the reason I say that your trail should be tighter, bro, is, okay, you're up $3,700. Your stop's at $1,400. So if you take 3,700, so like you're essentially risking $2,300, right? So you know, Like this should be tighter. Also, like, why aren't we trading like this on the fucking? Why aren't we trading like this on our combines, bro? Like, that's a nice trade. It's a very clean trade. And chat's going crazy. Okay. Short scalp on NQ today. Strong bullish open. I'd be saying bullish. Price bounced off previous day POC pre-market, so leaning heavily bullish. Value area low. New York VWAP, first lower band. Globex, first lower band. Strong red candles were printing into these levels, but then selling immediately. Stop/absorbed. Once we hit this level. Tried this idea twice. Breaking the first time. Full TP second time. 6-hour trade. Clean. Yeah, so you took a break even. You could take this towards that IB high, Pudge. I like the stop trail. That's a good trail point. I think you could have taken this higher, bro. Take this to IB high or one of the extensions, even. So, if you want to scalp it, that's fine too. Strong bearish close through this level. Okay, so you short this after you reject. And you're just taking this down to that first band of VWAP. That's also clean. I'd go break even on that very quickly. If you're going against the trend, go break even on trades quick. Review 3, 25K. Initial balance, 50%. Target IB high, trail to break even. Okay, so a lot of people just trade this IB. Yeah, this was clean. This is a clean setup. Same thing here. You could take this higher. You could take this up to your GEX too. I think that's a valid target. That's where we started to top out at. And then Q1 minute, entry beginning of second candle, above 50 EMA, scalp the way up to second upper band, past eval, started with 5, add another 5. Yeah, this is I like the entry on this as this breaks through with momentum. I know you're scalping. The ads are what's concerning for me. Start with 5, add another 5 above VWAP. So we get above that New York VWAP. Okay, so we add up here. Like, the ad's very far away. That's my concern. Is like your initial entry's down at your ad is 100 points away. What am I looking at in the chat? Guys, what are we doing? Yeah, what's up, Pudge? On that 6-hour scalp, I only made 400. Okay. What size account are you trading? 50K? How many contracts did you use on that? Your risk was like 70. I would. Yeah, that's one of those trades where it's like the risk is so low, you should bump it up. Should I do static amount? All right. You know, if you want to take, if you're okay taking your time passing that eval, then 2 micros is enough. It's just going to take you a long time. If you think about it, so if you want to pass an eval using 2 micros, you essentially have to capture 750 points, right? So you have to capture 750 points. But if instead you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to use 5 micros every time, you have to capture 300 points. So you cut the work in more than half, right? So when you're thinking about contracts, yeah, like you get less losses. You get way less losses. But you can have 1 5 micro trade. You catch 150 points on 5 micros once. And it's like, oh, I'm already halfway done. So, yeah, that's, I mean, it depends. Like if you look at your stats and you know that your win rate is decent, go on profitable. Look at this risk advisor. So you can enter in like, okay, I want to risk 250 a trade, right? You have 8 losses till you fail. You have 6 wins to pass, right? So and if you use a 20-point stop loss it recommends you use 6 MNQ. I'd say just round it down to 5. You get 8 straight losses in a row before you blow that account. So I think it's very hard to blow accounts with 5 micros. You can export the Tradevate data. Like if you log in, you can export the Tradevate data. They're performing maintenance. Let's see if I can log in. So you can export your Tradevate data and you can punch it into Profitable. So you essentially go to your application settings. Or no, you go to your reports. Go to your reports tab, go to the orders, download CSV. Okay, they might be doing maintenance, so it might not download. Download that CSV, and then you can just punch it into Profitable. It will give you your stats in your journal, right? So like it will give you your stats once you punch that in. Okay, clutch L here from the 0.5. Okay, so we're in this at 39. This is a good entry, bro. Your stop's too tight. Your stop's at 20. Yeah, so this wicks you out. You're also... Why do you have multiple orders here? You have a sell limit here and a sell limit here. You're only trading 5 though. So good entry on this. Your entry's at 40. This did wick like a motherfucker. So maybe it's best that you had your stop at 20. And you got wicked out on that. I'd say your stop should be on this wick personally. At 607. But you would have gotten wicked out anyway. Took another long at VWAP as sellers failed there. Trailed appropriately. This ran to TP. No, I'm done. Okay, so we got back in after this pushback above VWAP. 746 was your TP. Okay, yeah. So you just took this up towards this value area high. That's clean. Yeah, that trail is appropriate. M&Q long, 2 full contracts, 5x5 accounts, slippage on trade 2. Bias was long waited for retracement. Structure formed before it dumped. Trade 1 long at 29,656, stopped out at 29,614. Valid setup at the time. Trade 2 second long attempt re-entry at 29,614. Same thing happened, but stopped on 4 out of 5 accounts. 1 account survived. Mixed feelings about this income. Felt good. I cut the long. Bummed about 4 accounts getting stopped out. Yeah, so same trade Clutch just had. You're on Apex accounts. It's because of your DLL, bro. We're using minis as well. You know you have $1,000 DLL, so like you only get 50 points of stop. I would say just cut the size in half, bro. Favorite trade since I locked out of eval. Strong uptrend is starting to stall out. No big retrace into IB to confirm deeper retrace. Any price break past upper band. Both VWAP, first upper band, session value area, high session POC. First price broke past upper band. In addition, POC moved up on a huge buy order, but we went down immediately. Got wicked out for this for break even as I tightened stop when we got to a low X upper band, barely wicked. Okay, so we shorted this. The TP is a bit far. TP is a bit far. Just based off how the IB is trading. This TP's, I would even say this is far, bro. Like, I would just take this to the Globex VWAP or that New York VWAP. This one, the TP's down to 602. I think this is the same trade. I just take it to that VWAP, bro. It's the same trade. I would personally just take it down to the VWAP, bro. Because we're not getting deep retraces recently. So, like, we already had a deep retrace, so it's not that likely we retrace that deep. It's also like this lines up with POC. So, you know, like if you're taking this down, this VWAP is a juicy target. This POC is a juicy target at 609. Does that shift? Yeah, it does shift. 626. So, yes, longs 930 open. Heavy seller absorption, big trades, plus Dom CVD. Previous real-time value as support. Daily low volume node. This ran another 40 points after taking profit. Okay, I like this first profit, where you took profit this first bit and this second bit. I think this is appropriate, bro. You took longs at 74.80s. Yeah, so this first profit taking at 7,500, clean. And then, where's this second profit taking? I'm assuming you took it off at 74.92, and then you took it off at 7,500. I like those for profit targets. Like, you could take it off there, and then you see, okay, like, this looks like it's going to continue to break up. So, like, once this gets back above VWAP, it sustains above VWAP, like, you can long this again and just run this out, bro. Just run it out. Like, this is a very steady trend. Or, like, either you get long here or you get long here. Either of those are appropriate. And then you've already got more buffer to run for the day, so you can size up on those. Should let it run, man. Yeah, but you would have to sit through all this drawdown, bro. Like, think about that. You gotta sit through all that. So, you know, if you're okay with that, you know, I'd be okay with that. If your entry's that good, I'd be okay with it, just letting it run. But some people freak out from that. So, depends on your personality. Around 3:20 p.m., one against my instincts was influenced by the guys on Top Step TV. Actually went long at the highs and lost a few hundred. Recovered back with scalping shorts around 350. Power is choppy. Okay. So, yeah, we longed this at the top. Okay. So, this was during power hour. This was last hour. Yeah, so we know that there's resistance up here. And we're longing at 740s. Yeah, and like the stat tells you like most of the time you don't make new highs or lows of the day at the last hour. So, you know, I don't love this. I don't love this long in here. Especially when you see like there's such a big drop here. So we long this top. Even if we're trying to long this here, we should be longing this back down towards the 700s. And then you caught a short. Yeah, this was very choppy. Power hour. But you caught that short right here. 718 down to 680. Recovered half back with scalping shorts. Rushing to get winning days in my new evals. Yeah, slow it down a bit. Just like this isn't clean. Like you should just wait for the clean trend. Okay, yesterday, 809, Pudge went against what I said. I called out shorts. Pudge said, nah, we're longing this, bro. We are longing this. Why? Let's see. I completely fucking oversized, not sure what I was doing. Price broke outside value area low, bought back up, and reclaimed first lower band, then used it as support. Looking for mean reversion to COMEX VWAP, or at least retest of COMEX first band. VWAP lower first band, confirmation, band held as support, hit deal. Okay. So this, the reason I shorted this, you have this strong push through VWAP, and then you reject it here again. So this is showing me that sellers are interested at this VWAP point, so that's why I'm leaning towards downside. Also, like, look at the trend at the end of New York. Right? Like, whenever I'm trading GC, like, look how aggressive this trend down is. Very aggressive trend in New York to the downside. Why are they selling gold? Right? Like, if this was going to be bullish, right? Like, if this was going to be bullish, you should immediately see this reclaim VWAP after this downtrend. So, like, this is so aggressive in New York PM that I want to lean towards that. I want to follow this trend from the PM session. So this comes back up. You immediately have you have sellers interested below VWAP, buyers recover it, and then they shove it back below it. You should see buyers reclaim this. They fail. They fail again. So I shorted that. Same thing as that other trade from Thursday, right? I also want to look at the range profile. So this, if I'm looking at this profile, let me hide this one. Hide. Okay, so if I'm looking at this range profile, right, what's happening here? Oh, well, you're outside of the range, right? Like you're opening, like your New York session is trading outside of that value area low now. So if I don't extend this right and I look at this here, okay, what happens at the end of New York? You're outside of that value area low. So you've now violated this range and it's holding below it. Anytime we've pushed outside of this value area low, bought back up immediately, bought back up pretty quickly, bought back up pretty quickly, bought back up quickly, bought back up quickly. Now you're closing outside of it. So this is your hint, like, okay, this is going to go lower, right? And if you look at, how far back do I have to go to get this to unhide? If you look at this profile, right? This profile, which is much larger, like this is on a larger time frame. This is on like a daily. So this, what I'm looking at here is we've failed to reclaim this POC multiple times. So if I hide this one, you're going to be able to directly see this. Right? There's a failed push above this POC. Failed push above this POC. It's weaker. This doesn't even attempt to push past that POC. And then New York, you start rejecting from that POC. So I was looking for this to come all the way down to this value area low. So that's what I was looking at. It was just higher time frame. So, yeah. Okay, MGC shorts was in previous shorts but got stopped. Still like the entry, so I re-entered and hit 400. Locked out for the day. Okay. So we got wicked out on this. This is clean though. Same short I took last night. This stop should be trailed. Oh, wait. Get rid of this limit. Get rid of this limit. Why is this sitting here? Because what if you forget to cancel it? Just get rid of that limit. I know why you took this short, but yeah, just get rid of this limit. And I would trail this stop a little tighter. So you're up 20 points. You're up 20 points on this short. Secure at least 5 to 10. Asia. 3 trades. Long, value area low, 5 contracts, value area high. Short to VWAP, to way below second band, 5 cons and add 5 more. Yeah, okay, so same pattern, D. Like this is like my concern is the ads. The ads are in weird spots. And they're far away from your initial entry. Okay. I like this long, right? You hold this band, you're at that value area low. Good long, great long. But where are we adding at? 5. Okay, I don't think we added on that first one. That second one, you short it here after we break through VWAP. 5 cons and added 5 more at the first band. Okay, so you add in here. I don't hate this ad. I think this ad's decent. I think this ad's decent, but some of the other ads you've had, like they're very far from your entry. So that's my that's my concern. 920 lost a few hundred starting long with 5 cons and switched to shorts fast. Entry second band, 5 cons, added 10 more into the momentum. Closed up first on a green candle. Okay, so we short this off the momentum. Yeah, when you're trending outside of that second band, like if you're outside of that second band, it's going to trend hard. I'm okay with that. If you add in here, if the ad is here, that's fine as long as the stop is tight and it's managed. But some of the ads are too far from the entry. That's my main concern. We're trading 5 minis on a 50K. At least your risk is managed here. This is fine to me. As long as you're managing as long as you're tight with the risk. You have to have very good entries on this and you go break even quick. Yeah, D, that was my main comment on pretty much all of the trades you posted in here is the ads are far away. So if you're adding in make sure your risk is, make sure that your risk is managed, like it's controlled, and like the ads should be, they're too far from most of your, like you've got great entries on that initial, and then you add into it, it's gonna bring your entry up like pretty far. So as long as the risk is managed, it's fine. And the momentum's there. It's just sometimes you might get burned on those ads. And like another thing you can be doing here, instead of going in with 5 and then adding another 5, what I would prefer you do is go in with 5 and then add 1 at a time till you have a reason. Like you're like, okay, this still makes sense with my stop loss. That's what I do personally. So like if I look at this, let me see if I can get executions on here. I'll show you. Let's see if I can get fills on here. Show fills. Where are we at? No, this isn't going to show my fills. Nope. Okay, so Trade of 8's doing maintenance, but like when I shorted this last night, my initial entry was 5. No, it was 3. Then as this moves away, right, and then it pops back up here, I add 1, 1, 1 until I've got a comfortable stop loss point. So I would much rather, instead of just going in with 5 and then adding another 5, you go in with 5 and then you add 1 at a time so you can still make sure your stop's in a good spot, if that makes sense. Scalps just now. Not sure. 5 minutes. Okay, I reviewed that. Entered long after breaking through deviation band and value array low. Okay, so recovery above band. So this was 5 minute. Okay. So we recover back above this deviation band. Okay, so we waited for the recovery above. Okay, this is fine. This is fine for a quick scalp. You get back above, you get a clean close above that. Yeah, same settings. Same VWAP settings. Friday M and Q. 5 cons went long at PSC above EMA, got faked out, switched to shorts. 5 cons, entry PSC below EMA, got halfway closed on first green candle and got back in. Next trade with 10 cons, took it down to value array. Didn't hold it all the way down because I wasn't sure. So I got out, got back in. Okay. So this, yeah, okay, so let's look at this. When you're longing this, okay, so let me see, where are we at? This is in the AM. Okay, so let me get this on. Okay, so, right, this is potentially bullish here, right? This is showing potentially bullish. What's our CVD tell us? CVD says this is weak, right? So you're above this CVD, you're above the EMA, but you're not getting strong closes. You're not getting strong closes here. Then you come back up here, right? Looks like a clean break. Immediately reverses. So I'm glad you identified that and switched back to shorts. I think this is a cheap long. If it's got momentum and it's going to break to the upside, it's probably going to run to VWAP. So, you know, I'd just be tight with the stop here. So if you're longing here, just set your stop on that wick, right? You don't need to put a ton of risk on here because if this is going to break, it's probably going to break hard, right? Like when you're getting these breaks through this EMA, right? It's typically hard, but you can see like here, this is a fake break, right? If I have my stop at the bottom of this and I enter here, I'm risking 20 points. If I enter here, I have my stop here, right? I'm risking 15 points for good potential upside. Right, if I long this here and I have my stop here, it's a 25-point stop, but this runs for, you know, 150 points. So if you are longing just off these breaks, just have a tight stop on it. Flip to long off that momentum, failure to break back above. This is clean. And then we take this again here. On this, what I would say here, on this, where this drops, so we're in here. We're a bit far from that EMA, but if you look at the 21, right, the 21 gives you a decent entry. So we're entering here. I'd prefer if like we enter on this area when it breaks back below that 21. So you can use the 21 and the 50. If you want shorter time frame trends, use the 21. It's just you get more fake outs. Very nice win rate though. Overnight, the value area low just got lower and lower. Strong downtrend. We weren't able to reach view up all night. Stalled out before getting there, then dumped. New York Open pushes halfway to overnight view up, then dumped. So shorts look good. I did like shorts too, bro. Today wasn't swept. We swept pre-market low with heavy wake. So just straight dumped. These were free longs. It's OPEX day, bro. Like this is choppy as hell. The open was crazy because it's OPEX. So I don't hate the trade pudge. I think this is a reasonable location to short this at. You know, it didn't work out. Like I do think this is a reasonable location. Like you rejected here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, right? And then this just runs. So I don't hate the short. I don't hate the idea either. The market's just irrational right now. High volume candle went long POC to Asia lows, 5 cons, move, stop, and profit fast in case I was wrong. Okay, that's appropriate. Yeah, today was crazy. Good entry on this if you're entering here off that POC. Yeah, you get that strong momentum. Trail that tight. One minute, 10:05, long POC to value area high, 5 cons. Surprised I went with what was happening. I had bearish bias. I did too. So yeah, this holds that. Even if you're just looking at this on an EMA standpoint, like it breaks above, holds there, and then just trends back up towards that VWAP. This is clean. Clean trades, dude. Very clean trades. Yeah, shorts. 75, 28. GEX CVD trailed out up 80 points, held a mini. This was my biggest ever P&L day, so I traded kind of trailed emotionally, full TP hit. So you hopped out of this at... No, bro, I think you did well with this. So if you're trailing, if you're going for like these very far trades, so you entered this in the overnight. Great entry on this, by the way. If you're looking at this, right, you got out down here, bro. You got out all the way down at 40s. No, bro, this is perfect. This is perfect. Yeah, you could have held this for an extra 50 points or so. I would just trail this on the 15, bro. Like you see this, when you're taking these big trades, and you're letting them play out, use the 15-minute. So here, right, trail here to this 15-minute pivot, and then it keeps dumping. Trail here to this 15-minute pivot, and then trail here to this 15-minute pivot. I don't know what time zone you're on or how late you stay up, but like all those are appropriate trails. You would get trailed down on this one, but like you'd probably be out of that because you're hitting this previous New York session, this previous value area low. So I think this is valid to hop out in that region, bro. Like when I took that NQ short last night, I got out at 350s. I got out here. How much further did this dump? This dumped another 300 points almost. So like at what point are you happy with the trade? This is a great fucking trade, Jonas. Great trade. I don't think you can really be upset about this, bro. Like this is very clean. Over 100, almost 100 points, bro. Yeah, just like 100 points on one mini. That's $5,000, dude. Okay, good trail on this. I'd say you should trail this tighter. Right, we're shooting for 29,553. So a little far. This did top out. I would just be shooting for those London highs, bro. Especially on an OPEX day. Just trail this up more aggressively. Okay, and then we shorted this at... We took our 3K, and then we shorted this at 336. So is this... When was this? I don't know when these trades are. Is this... pre-market? Yeah, this must be London. So this is at... Yeah, this is at 1 in the morning, bro. It's at 1 in the morning? Okay. Yeah, so you're fading trend. I like that you trailed this aggressively. You got in at 47, so after you recover above that first VWAP band. Okay, yeah, we were just trying to take this up to. I just try to take this up to VWAP. Trail a little more aggressively on this. Like each strong 1 minute candle, you get this strong 1 minute candle, you should trail there. You should trail here. You got $3 out of it. Cool. And then you hopped in the short at 336 at 8 a.m. So probably around here, somewhere in here. Or here. I don't know what time zone you're on. So it's kind of hard to tell. So you're short here. Okay. This is reasonable. Your stop's at 336. Okay, you're in at 312. Yeah, your stop's above that structure point. Yeah. Once this starts to break down, you know, I'd leave the trail here. And then this comes up, trail it to that wick. Once you see that momentum, shift it away from the market. Day 10, 3 trades, 3 Ls. Tried some 10 a.m. shorts when we hit 1 day max and rejected, but missed the move. Tried to get in on retest, but got stopped. Second and third trades at 10:30 after IB high set. We had true day above. Just wanted to take it to IB high for breakout, but no buyers. Yeah, dude, today was messy. So don't kick yourself too bad on this. Here, this entry's solid. This entry, like if you're getting in where these trade locations are at, like this entry's solid. This entry's also solid. Maybe you're getting break-evens on these. And then here, we tried the shorts, got stopped on them. These entries are, like, this entry, maybe it's early, just because this is, like, right after a session opens. So this is right after a session opens, so maybe we don't take that. Just because session opens are chaotic. And then these entries look fine to me, bro. Is this on the 5? Yeah, it's on the 5. Okay, so this was the chop, bro. This is like chop of doom. Doom and despair, bro. Yeah, OPEX is weird like this. Like, you've got good entries on this, Rylem. It's just the market was really choppy today, dude. You know, this, like, you got good entries. It's just unfortunate how the market traded today in this region. Maybe you wait for this to trend, but, like, it doesn't trend till, like, this didn't start to trend till, like, 1. So, you know, it's just kind of a rough day. It's one of those days, bro. Like, your entries are solid on these 2 trades. I don't know about the shorts, just because it's right after market open, but, yeah. Re-entered after we didn't break IB high. Okay. I'd trail this. Just because you are fading IB. Like, you should be break even on that. And we're shooting for 93. That's fine. If we're going to go back to IB low for a target, I'd just trail. Because you are fading a stat. Trade 1, ES shorts. 74.59, 11.30. Big absorption from buyers, Gex. Trade 2, ES longs just after these shorts. Bro, you're a fucking demon. Okay. So once this fails to reclaim that level, trail to there. And then once this starts pushing away, like I'd trail here. And then once this pushes away again, trail here. That's really the only comments I have on that. And then longs here. This pushes up and away, base is out. And then once this starts pushing, trail to this base or where this momentum shift is. So, yeah, Jonas, you're cooking, bro. Shorting this here in the PM session. Okay, good entry location on this at 35s. Is this after we pushed? Yeah, we went and pushed highs. I hope you retried this. Okay, clean. So we took this down to 335. Yeah, just back down towards that VWAP. Yeah, that's clean. We extended. We extended pretty far. True day was above. IB set bullish, hadn't touched overnight VWAP, and then touched and held above. Overnight VWAP, New York first upper band. Strong downtrend was going to continue. We would have not reached overnight VWAP. Did not end up heading. Okay, so we longed in the middle of this. Wide stop on this. I think that's fine given the conditions. Stop trail 1. Okay. Yep, that's appropriate. Stop trail 2. That's also appropriate. I'd trail this a little tighter. here, just because you're up 80 points. You're up another 80 points. Like, this should just be a steady uptrend. If this is going to go, this should just be a steady uptrend. So that 400 trail, yeah, that's initially appropriate. I would trail up to like this 40-30 area, or like 40-40 if this is really going to go higher, because it should just be steady trend up. See Central Time, first entry was 618 of IB, second one was weekly POC, overnight value area low, ran all the way up to the 0.2. Failed sellers wanted to take it to weekly value area high because I wanted to see SPY to 745, but got trailed. Caught first pump off weekly POC to pass eval. This was for winning day. Okay. So this looks like a good entry, good trail on this too. We're shooting for 7,500 on ES. It's a bit far, bro. A bit far. Like, you got to recover back above London highs. You essentially have to retrace this entire move. So, a little far on the target. If you're looking at this with IB, it isn't that far given the IB. Just because ES does like to have further breakouts. But yeah, as this gets up to that 0.1, we should trail up. Like, trail up to here. Trail up to here. And then it hits that 0.1 and then rejects completely. Just scalped the winning day today on GC longs off lower band. Okay, recovery above lower band. Just take the scalp. Yeah, this is fine. I'd say your entry, like, the only thing I'd say here is, like, you could enter, like, off this candle instead of this candle. 58% IB plus VWAP plus Friday break stats. Trailed a bit too tight. Yeah, this is fine. So you're just going for IB high break. So you've got a really wide stop on this. That's okay. The trail is a little early. Like, your trail should be here at 241. Market open. Very quick homo trade was taken on New York Open. Slight observation of higher time frames, verifying we were in uptrend due to all previous all-time highs. Could have entered earlier. Okay. Yeah, but the trend has shifted to downtrend now. So just be aware of that. Like, this to me, like, I think we go lower on Monday. But like, yeah, when you have this aggressive of a downtrend, just be aware of that. But I don't know where your entries are or anything, so it's hard for me to say or give feedback on this. Pre-market longs on demo. You got trailed. You stop with the pre-market trades, bro. Okay, cool. I need to do the giveaway now. So let me get the wheel. Okay, so Plasma's in here, Silent, Pudge, J-Dog. I don't think Brad posted this week. Clutch is in there. Prince, Rylum, Luke. Let's see. Footprint, entry to gamma exposure with partial potential rejection. Okay, so long at, yeah, you got in at the bottom here. Partial. Okay. I'd say you could probably take this higher. It's easy. Why is my computer just like decided to slow down? Okay. Prince is in here. Let's see. Jonas. Let's see. D. Terry. Bro, my computer's like lagging like a motherfucker. What the fuck's happening? Bro, why is Chrome taking up 93% of my memory? Okay, let me close some tabs here. Let me just close this. Let me close some Chrome tabs. I don't know why, but it's like chewing up my memory. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, I opened the wheel of names and it eats like 10. I literally only have one Chrome tab open. This one Chrome tab is eating 10 gigabytes of memory. Like, what is going on? Okay. Sonic Ghost is in there. Pudge. 6-speed. Arlo. Krish. Gotta start writing down names beforehand. El Chapo. We got Luke. I got Krish. Jonas. Taylor. I think this is most people. Plasma's in there. And Mao's in there. I think this is most people. Yeah. Okay. Cool. This is for 2 accounts, guys. I think I got everyone in there. Clutch. And J-Dog. Yeah. Shoot me a message. I need your emails for Alpha. But yeah, that's trade review, guys. That was a long one. Took like an hour and a half. If you have questions, I can sit on here. Oh, and look at this. I get a request to pay out. Yeah. Do I do a giveaway every day? I'm doing giveaways each week. I need to, oh, that's dope. They show you how much you've taken. 78,000. Taking 78 bandos from Tradeify. On another 5K on top of that. That's 5K. There we go. Yeah. All right. Thanks for showing up, guys. Ethan, for the CVD, what was your question around the CVD? If you're still in here. And you had that question. Just regarding taps on the 50 EMA. Yeah, so you can use this kind of to gauge, like, if you're going to, like, you can use the retest as entry points. So, like, if I look at here, you could use, like, a retest. Here, let me see. So, like, here, if you retest in this region, right? So, like, this starts to break down. Okay, keeps breaking down. Like, this is where the trend starts to shift back towards the upside, and you get a clean break above. So it's not in there. Here, again, trend shifts. But, like, you can use, like, this retests here. You could potentially use that as an entry. You could also use this area as an entry, as a fake breakout above, but you don't break out above the EMA. And then here, right, like this is very choppy, so I won't enter in this region. It's also pre-market. During New York session, right, so this breaks above, okay, and then you get a retest here. Where do you retest at? Like that's the low, where you retest that, and then you reclaim. So you can use the retest or the reclaim as your entry point. And then here, right, you start to break down, right, you break down lower, and then you retest. Or here, right, you try to break above. Once this breaks back below, you can enter. Or you can enter here on this fake break. I'm just looking at the moving average on it. Okay, cool. All right, I will see you guys later. Thanks for coming.